Hello and welcome to the McHenry Public Library Book Madness 2025. This year's theme is staff picks. So first we're going to talk about this year's lineup and then we will discuss on how to fill out a bracket, vote for the winner, and compete to earn a fabulous prize. So our first two books are A Wrinkle in Time versus Found.
What's it, who, and which? Not just words in this novel, but witches. Travel with Meg, Charles, and Calvin on an adventure with their eccentric witch companions. A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle is a fast-paced, engrossing novel about journeying through space and time. The main characters are engaged in a battle against a cosmic evil while searching for their missing father. It's full of magic, intrigue, and suspense. A Wrinkle in Time is also available as a graphic novel for those who enjoy a more visual experience. This book is recommended for grades 4 through 8. Beyond the science fiction and excitement, the book teaches important lessons. With a powerful female heroine, themes of self-sacrifice, and warnings against the dangers of conformity, this timeless classic is sure to empower readers of all ages. An airplane that came out of thin air, people who appear and disappear at will, children plucked from time. That's only some of what awaits you in Margaret Peterson Haddox's novel, Found. 13-year-olds Jonah and Chip must work to uncover a mystery of time travel and the mystery of their own lives. The first in a series, this book explores a world of secrets, smuggling, and history. Jonah and Chip's adventure begins when they receive ominous messages declaring they are among the missing and that someone is coming to find them. Frightened yet intrigued, the boys begin a search for their real identities. But with the adventure comes danger, greater danger than they ever imagined possible. While there is a historical focus, readers don't necessarily need historical knowledge to enjoy this story. The authentic and likable characters will draw you in and take you on a journey unlike any before. Found is recommended for grades 4 through 8.
Our next two books are The Candymakers and the Royal Conundrum, The Misfits. The Candymakers by Wendy Mass. This is the first title in the series. If you like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you will enjoy this book. 4 12-year-olds are competing in a national competition to make the best candy ever. They unexpectedly become friends and uncover secrets about themselves during the process. The story is told from each contestant's perspective, which makes it a complete mixed match of suspense, fun, adventure, mysteries, and friendship. Grab a candy and read this book to find out who will invent the best candy ever. This book is recommended for grades 3 to 7.
A Royal Conundrum, written by Lisa Yee and illustrated by Dan Santat. This book is recommended for grades 4th through 7th. Are you looking for a suspenseful, fast-paced, and amusing book? Do you enjoy Spy School by Stuart Gibbs? Then you might like the Misfits series written by Lisa Yee and illustrated by Dan Santat. Olive has, how do I say this lately? Issues. Problems seem just to find her. Plus, her parents keep leaving on unexplained trips. Imagine Olive's surprise when she's dropped off at a reforming arts boarding school that actually used to be a prison, and before that, a castle. Also, the only clothes Olive has in the suitcase that came with her are her mom's. Oh, the joy of swapped luggage. So now Olive is part of Rash, pronounced like Rash, but spelled R-A-S-C-H. However, this is like no boarding school she's ever attended, and not all is what it seems. Plus, there are rumors of an epic heist, Rash might be forced to close, and all that is standing between Olive and another boarding school is her teaming up with a group of fellow misfits. Will they be able to save the only home that has ever welcomed them?
Our next two matchups are Because of the Rabbit versus the one and only Ivan. Because of the Rabbit by Cynthia Lord. Emma, a homeschool girl starting public school for the first time as a fifth grader, faces struggles to find her place and make friends. The first group assignment, she gets partnered with Jack. Jack, who can't stay on topic and is obsessed with animals, finds it hard to fit in. Emma is worried that being associated with him will hinder her being able to find a best friend. Unexpectedly, Emma and Jack bond over her rescue rabbit. She learns about honesty, integrity, and friendship. This book is recommended for grades 3 to 7.
The One and Only Ivan by Catherine Applegate. Meet Ivan, a silverback gorilla living at the Big Top Mall and Video Arcade, located off of I-95. Ivan lives with his faithful friends, Stella the elephant, a stray dog named Bob, and Julia, the human daughter of the mall's janitor. Ivan tells us his story of life at the mall, where he draws pictures and watches the humans that come to visit him. When a new baby elephant named Ruby arrives at the mall, Ivan promises Stella to watch over her and make life at their small, worn-down zoo seem not so bleak. This book is based on the true story of Ivan, who once lived at the Atlanta Zoo up until 2012. This heartwarming story is perfect for second and third graders or anyone who loves animals.
Our next lineup is Ban This Book versus Wonder.
Ban This Book by Alan Gratz. It all starts on the day 11-year-old Amy Ann goes to her school library to check out her favorite book, when she learns the terrible news. Her book was banned because a parent thought it wasn't appropriate for kids to read. Amy decides to take action, leading the charge to protect her right to read by starting a banned book locker library with the help of her friends. From creating new book covers to submitting hundreds of reconsideration slips to the school board, Amy challenges the idea that one person can determine what everyone reads, sparking a battle between censorship and the power to effect change. This book has a strong message geared towards 4th through 6th graders and reminds us about the importance of using your voice to fight for what you believe in. Wander by R.J. Palacio. Augie Pullman wants to be a normal, ordinary 10-year-old boy. However, born with facial deformities, even after undergoing 27 surgeries, other kids still run away screaming. Augie still stays positive with his supportive family and best friend by his side. He's ready to face the world after being homeschooled by his mother to begin his first day of 5th grade. However, the transition is difficult when most people quickly judge him based on his appearance. Throughout all the challenges he faces, the death of his beloved family dog, bullies, and friendships that are tested, Augie proves to everyone that he is perfect just the way he is. This story, suitable for ages 10 and up, takes you through the school year and is told in multiple voices, proving that you should never be quick to judge someone by how they look and that kindness is key.
Our next lineup is The Swifts, a dictionary of Scoundrels versus the mystery of locked rooms.
The Swifts, a dictionary of Scoundrels by Beth Lincoln. Ready for a funny, fast-paced, and word-filled mystery? Imagine if your name was determined by the family opening a dictionary and pointing at a random word. Then imagine a family reunion with family members you have never met. This is the situation our mischievous protagonist, Shenanigan, finds herself in. Things get interesting when someone pushes Arch-Aunt Schadenfreude down the stairs. Who would do such a thing? You will have to read the book to find out. Wait, Did I mention that there might also be a treasure somewhere on the Swift estate and that everyone at the reunion wants to find it for themselves? This is a book that will entertain, delight, and might just expand your vocabulary. The Mystery of Locked Rooms by Lindsay Curry. Are you a fan of puzzles and escape rooms? Friends Sarah, Wes, and Hannah are. In this fast-paced and suspenseful book, they are about to go into an abandoned funhouse to search for the famed triplet treasure. This funhouse is not like any of the escape rooms they have ever done. Sure, others have tried, and have been arrested for trying, but a trio of 12-year-olds will have no problem with this funhouse. What could possibly go wrong? But wait, is there a treasure to be found in the old funhouse? Or is it just a rumor? Did the triplets even finish their legendary funhouse? Read the book to find out. This is a book that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
Our next lineup is Fablehaven versus the Lightning Thief.
When you go to visit your grandparents, you don't expect to enter a sanctuary for magical creatures, or a battle between good and evil. But that's exactly what awaits siblings Kendra and Seth in Brandon Mull's Fablehaven. Greedy trolls, mischievous satyrs, plotting witches, spiteful imps, jealous fairies. This story has it all. Kept in line by a series of ancient laws, the sanctuary is one of the last strongholds of true magic. But when the rules are broken, powerful forces of evil threaten Kendra and Seth's lives, family, and perhaps even the world. They must work together to save Fablehaven, using their unique skills, imagination, and courage. This book explores the potential of youth while immersing you in a world unlike any other. Witty, fast-paced, and vibrant, Fablehaven is the perfect choice for those seeking a lighthearted adventure. Recommended for grades 7 to 9.
The Lightning Thief is the first book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series by Rick Riordan. It is a fast-paced and intriguing narrative, and it answers the question, what would it look like if the ancient Greek gods had kids with everyday people like us? And what would the adventures of those kids look like? The Lightning Thief is recommended for grades 3 to 8. And is a book I always recommend if you're looking for something mystical, mythical, and grounded all at the same time. Readers will fall in love with all of the characters on their many adventures throughout this series, as they are relatable, well-developed, and quirky. You won't want to miss out on The Lightning Thief.
Our next lineup is The Magic in Changing Your Stars versus Alone.
The Magic in Changing Your Stars by Leah Henderson. What if you could meet your grandfather when he was your age? That is exactly what happens when Ailey puts on his grandfather's tap shoes. Come along for the ride with Ailey as he is magically transported back to the 1930s Harlem. Will Ailey ever return to his own time? Why was he transported to the 1930s to meet his grandfather? Is there something Ailey, and perhaps his grandfather at Ailey's age, is supposed to learn? In this richly detailed, fast-paced story, you will learn about Bill Bojangles Robinson, as well as other African-American performers and dancers, different types of dance, and the power of following your dreams.
Alone by Megan E. Freeman. This book is recommended for grades 5th through 8th. Do you enjoy suspenseful survival stories like those written by Gary Paulson? Then this is the book for you. Maddie plans on hosting a super secret sleepover, but instead wakes up to an absolute nightmare. She finds that she's been left behind and is now the only person in a mysteriously evacuated and abandoned town. Not only does she have no one to rely on, but there's no working phone lines, no power, and no internet access. Can you imagine how scary that would be? In this suspenseful, fast-paced, and richly detailed novel, You will accompany Maddie as she spends months facing natural disasters, looters, and wild animals all by herself. Will she survive? What or who will be her most formidable enemy? Read this book, which is written in verse, to find out.
And last but not least, we have Restart versus Holes.
Restart by Gordon Corman is a book for those who wish they had the opportunity to start over, as that's what happens to the main character in this novel. 13-year-old Chase wakes up in the hospital with no memory and has to find a way to reconcile with who he was in his past while also building a bigger and brighter future, deciding who he wants to be now. Restart is recommended for grades 4 to 7 and is a book that makes readers reflect on responsibility, loyalty, and reputation. It's a heartwarming, thoughtful, yet sophisticated look at how our actions affect other people and is a must-read for those who are trying to decide who they want to be. Holes by Louis Sachar is a book about friendship, justice, fate, and the consequences of your actions. It follows Stanley Yelnats, who is sent to Camp Green Lake to build character after being wrongly accused of stealing a pair of shoes. But instead, he builds long-lasting friendships while discovering the true meaning of what it means to keep a promise. Holes is recommended for grades 6 to 8 and is great for anyone who wants a character-centered, inspirational, and uplifting read. It is a heartwarming tale that's sure to make readers laugh, cry, and rejoice as the characters navigate through the many twists and turns of everyday life.
So it's up to you to determine which book will win our Book Madness. So your first step is to fill out a bracket. You can pick a bracket at school or stop by at the McHenry Public Library. You'll have to fill out your full first and last name, your school, grade, and phone number so we know who to contact if you win. This is what our bracket looks like, so let's zoom in to our first pairing. You might remember it was A Wrinkle in Time versus Found. So you're going to decide which book you think should win and write it down in the box next to it. Keep going until you fill out the entire bracket. Next, you're going to want to make sure you vote for the winning book. There are going to be several rounds of voting in which a winning book will be moved on to the next round. These rounds will continue until a championship winning book is decided, and you're going to want to make sure you participate for your chance to win these fabulous prizes. This includes an Amazon Kindle as well as a gift card. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call or email us, and please make sure to participate in Book Madness 2025 Staff Picks.